All right, so one of the good things about my mayor's address is that after 48 hours of more than 36 interviews with national media outlets, I think I'm losing my voice and I think I'm getting sick. So I'm gonna keep it very short. Those of you that know me personally know that I can go on forever when it comes to speaking. But I wanted, before I give my remarks, I wanted to share with you a letter that I wrote to the founders of the whole concept of the El Cenizo Library. And it starts like this, and this is to every single person in here that lives en El Cenizo, los miembros de la comunidad. Esto es para ustedes. Queridos y queridas amigos y amigas de la biblioteca. Hace 14 años, un grupo de líderes comprometidos de la comunidad tuvo un sueño y dieron inicio a una campaña para construir la primera biblioteca centro de aprendizaje en nuestra comunidad. Teniendo en cuenta los numerosos desafíos que el proyecto experimentó a lo largo de los años, me complace informarles que este viejo sueño de hace 14 años hoy se convierte en una realidad. Esto es posible por el trabajo duro y el compromiso de mi administración y del apoyo y el compromiso de la Corte de Comisionados del Condado de Webb y los dirigentes del Distrito Escolar United Independent School District. Como uno de los miembros fundadores de este proyecto, y porque sé que al igual que yo, ustedes valoran el significado de una biblioteca y los servicios que es capaz de proporcionar a nuestra comunidad, esto es para ustedes. Para aquellas personas que vieron a este sueño como tal, un sueño, para aquellas personas que trabajaron bien duro y ya no están con nosotros porque pasaron la mejor vida, para aquellos niños llenos de mucho entusiasmo, con la esperanza de ver una biblioteca durante el movimiento, que ahora ya son adultos y tienen sus propias familias y sus propios niños, para aquellas abuelas y abuelos que quedaron en espera de este proyecto, y para aquellas personas que nunca perdieron fe y esperanza. Hoy esta ceremonia y esta apertura es para cada uno de ustedes. Este es un proyecto de la comunidad, esta es una biblioteca comunitaria, y aquí está un buen amigo de la comunidad, el licenciado Israel Reina, que fue uno de los pilares en cuestión de ver este movimiento florecer. Y este proyecto es de la gente, es de ustedes. Y a ustedes es a quien le deben de dar todo el reconocimiento, porque esperaron 14 años, aquellas personas que ya no están con nosotros, aquellos niños que ya son adultos, que ya tienen sus familias, y aquellos nueva generación de jóvenes que ya están entusiasmados para poder entrar, abrir un libro y usar una computadora, muchas de las veces por primera vez, en especial porque muchos de nuestros niños no tienen acceso a internet de alta velocidad en sus viviendas y mucho menos a una computadora. Esto es para cada uno de ustedes. Muchas felicidades. Can't believe it's been 14 years. 14 years when community members really came together and had a dream. A dream that one day El Cenizo too could have its own library. And for many communities across Texas, having a library is a given. It's something that comes with community development. But for El Cenizo, it's always been a big challenge. Just like the many things that we undertake as a community and society have been challenges. During these past 48 hours, I've been reminded of many things. I've been reminded of why it is I ventured into public office. I've been reminded why it is I love what I do and I'm so passionate about serving not only families and children in my community, but across the county, serving in numerous boards and committees. And one of the things that strikes me today and during these past 48 hours, when people want to see me give up, when people chant hateful remarks and hateful comments towards me based on my personal stance and my decision to stand up for civil rights and human rights and for equality for each and every person that lives here. Because I have seen separation of families. I have witnessed discrimination against my people. I have seen abuse of power. And I have been standing up, fighting for and advocating for my community's children and families since the age of 14 years old, and I tell them I'm not stopping anytime soon. Part of our responsibility as public leaders is to ensure that we provide every single possible tool and resource necessary to get ahead and stay ahead. The significance of this opening of the El Cenizo Library is not only to have yet another public building, it's not only to fill and provide more jobs. This is about providing the tools and resources to our children, to our families, to our current generation and future generations, and afford the availability of access to these resources, just like any other Texas community across this state and across this country. It's simple as that. A lot of the times we take things for granted. We take having electricity, having running water, having a library, having paved streets, having sidewalks for granted. And I think one of the major moments of El Cenizo has been its decision to incorporate to a small municipality. And it's come with challenges. Those of you who have been friends of the El Cenizo community and who have followed the transformation from a colonia to a small municipality and the growth and the community development and the improvements in infrastructure, you've seen the struggles, you've seen the battles, and you've seen the injustices towards our community, and you've seen that sometimes even our own discriminate against each other. But I've learned that this is what small communities all across our state and rural communities across our country deal with every single day. And I know that Commissioner Gonzalez and Commissioner Tijerina, they represent a portion of rural Rep County that have presence of colonias, current colonias that don't have paved streets, some that don't have access to water and electricity. So I can only sympathize with the work that they have to do every single time and look at their constituents and try to comfort them and try to install some type of hope that they're doing everything they can to get these services and get these communities functioning and having the same basic amenities that any community across our state should have. So rather than cry, because I will probably get hateful comments saying how much I was paid to cry, I will say this. I am very proud of all of the partners that have partnered with El Cenizo for this project. I know sometimes I may have a lot on my plate. It's tough being a small town mayor. We don't get paid, believe it or not. It's like a volunteer job. So we have our full-time jobs, our professions. We have a family of our own, and we have other responsibilities and commitments. And when you're a proactive community leader such as myself, then you seem to get involved in so many things that you lose track once in a while of when your next board meeting is or when your next function is. But when you're passionate and you love what you do, this just comes natural. People keep on asking me, how do you do it? At one point, you had your full-time job, you were a full-time mayor, you were involved in more than 6 boards and committees, and you were taking 5 classes at Texas A&M International University and 3 classes at LCC, all within the same semester. And I really never, stopped to think about these things. It just really comes natural. That is why I've never lost hope in this project. That is why I kept on fighting, I kept on pushing, and I am very thankful to every single person, organization, and institution that made this a reality today. We still have work to do, but we're gonna get it done, just like we have been these past 12 and a half years. So special thanks to the Lamar Brune Vergara Trust, to the Webb County Commissioners Court, to the United Independent School District Board of Trustees, to the City of El Cenizo, to the Laredo Daybreak Rotary, to the League of United Latin American Citizens, to the Friends of the El Cenizo Public Library, many of which are sitting here with us today, who have just done something so remarkable, and just the gesture of donating books goes a long way. That means you believe in this project and you believe in providing the tools and the resources to our children and our future generations. And lastly, to our contractor, Summon Contractors Incorporated, our project engineer, Mr. David Davila. Thank you. God bless each and every one of you. God bless El Cenizo. Continue to pray for our state and national leaders during these times where we've seen so much division, where we've seen so much hate, and continue to pray for the best country in the world, these United States of America. Thank you.